when that trumpet sound, boy, you don't wanna miss out. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out, the Lord. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in the Lord or you out.
Yes, Busy Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Mark.
Shabbat Shalom.
What you got going on?
Man, another week through, we made it through all presence of the Most High.
Man, it was a week too.
It was a week. They brought us through, brought us to another one. The whole purpose of it, to come to this point of rest. Most High willing everybody have a good Shabbat, getting their rest on, getting y'all education in these scriptures.
Man.
That's what it's about.
What you think about this weather, huh?
This weather? Man, I be looking into it. Honestly, bro, like it remind me more like how it was when we was growing up here. Because I remember like it being cold for real in Indiana. Mm-hmm. But then as these last few years, I think we didn't got used to it being like really warmer than it's supposed to be. I don't think that was the normal part. So it's just a lot of fluctuation. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably tampering with, things. But I mean, it's all in the Most High plans. Yeah. Because he said it would be so. But I'll tell you one thing. Indiana ain't a place for no black man. We was not originally supposed to be in this cold, man. So it ain't for me for real.
Real.
What you think?
I told that to Trey the other day. They down there in Florida for spring break.
Yeah.
He's like, it's hot. I said, hey, most I would. A couple of years, we'd be somewhere hot.
Yeah, straight up.
I said, good boy.
It's cold, boy. But yeah, what's going on in the world today?
Boy, it's a lot going on in the world.
It's a lot going on.
I know you was watching a video about how one of the slave owners used to do certain things to their slaves as a punishment, where they allowed other slaves to urinate, poop in the other slave's mouth, and then they put some type of metal guard on their face so they couldn't spit it up or whatever. So first current event is going to be the UN addresses what we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It says victim of slavery in the transatlantic slave trade, the UN chief message. So let's see what they got to say on this.
So the United Nations chief, the chief of the United Nations, right?
Yep.
So when all the nations come together, this is what they do. They all come together and decide, like, hey, look, we're gonna deem that the Holocaust was one of the worst atrocities, and I believe probably in Obama's reign, did some Jews get some reparations?
I think that's what they're leaning towards.
But with the Holocaust, didn't they already get some?
Oh yeah, the folks, the heathens in the Holocaust. Yeah, they
had several of them probably.
Yeah, they getting reparations to this day.
To this day.
You know what I'm saying? So remember, get that script where no man will buy you.
Deuteronomy 28, verse about 68. Let me see right quick.
Because we gotta stay on script with it, because if you getting paid for your trial that the Most High put you in, then that's going against the script, because he said no man gonna buy you out of your punishment. Because we see who's running the world now.
This is Deuteronomy 28 at verse 68. And it reads, and Yahuwah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. We know what that is, right? You're in bondage. You're a man in bondage or a woman in bondage. It says that no man shall buy you.
So we can see right now that they've been bought. They've been bought out. They get their reparations. So they've been
That's a good point.
They've been bought out.
So how can y'all be the people when somebody bought y'all out? It's a lot of stuff that we be really connecting. I could be proving this thing.
Hey, that was off. See, that was off the dome.
That's Ruach talk.
Yeah. So let's see what the chief UN guy talking about. It's about a minute and 46 seconds. We're gonna play it in its entirety, and then I think they got some captions on the bottom, just in case you can't hear or understand what he talking.
Today we commemorate the victims of a staggering crime. Millions of people stolen from their families and communities in Africa, trafficked across the Atlantic, and if they survived the journey, enslaved in the Americas. Millions more were born into bondage, brutally exploited for their labor, and denied their basic humanity. We honor their quiet resilience and courageous acts of open resistance. This global order prevailed for over 400 years and haunts our world even now. In systems and institutions shaped and enriched by chattel slavery, in social and economic inequalities rooted in past injustices, and in biases that permeate our culture and impact us all. On this International Day of Remembrance of the victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade, we are called to confront these legacies. By rejecting the false narrative of racial difference and the ugly lie of white supremacy, by dismantling racism online, in the media, in schools, at work, in politics, and within ourselves, and by working for truth, justice, and
devil, get up off these airways.
Repair. I welcome the initial steps by some governments to address the consequences of slavery, but far bolder actions by many more member states are needed, including commitments to respect African countries' ownership of their own resources, and steps to ensure their equal participation and influence in the global financial architecture and the UN Security Council. Together, let us commit to a world where all people live and thrive in dignity.
What'd you get from that?
Man, what I get from that is, so for everybody can be on the same page, right? It's 132 countries? 132 countries that voted that the transatlantic...
No, let me see. No, I think it's 123.
123 countries, but the majority voted, right? They said, what happened to the so-called Africans in the diaspora of the Atlantic slave trade was the worst atrocity in human history, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying, hey, this thing is not just about the initial capturing of what happened back then. This thing trickled on over time to where it still affects their descendants today. This is the argument that we've been making the whole time. You know, not just us in the biblical community, but just enlightened individuals, right? This is where you get FBA, Foundation of Black America. You heard of that?
No.
These are the terminologies coming out online. You got FDA, you got DOS, which was descendants of slaves. We've been calling ourselves Hebrews. We've been in the scripture, so we ain't been paying attention to too much other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But other people is trying, like the same message we portraying, a self-sufficiency. All the scriptural points we point out, the world got their own way of trying to copy that. So, you know, they got to come up with what are they called too? We know we ain't black, right?
Mhm.
We know we ain't black, so what are we? They said we DOA, descendants of DOS, descendants of slaves in America, DOAS. So you got that. Then you got the FBA, Foundational Black America. Everybody been trying to say the same thing. The issues in so-called Black America is systematic. You know what I'm saying? So it rolled down. Slavery happened. Boom. Rape happened. Intermixtion and psychological, you know what I'm saying, damage. Your children, your family home was broke up. So all these things tied together. Everybody been saying it. Now the world then came together and said, you know what, we might need to acknowledge this. You know what I'm saying? And ain't it ironic though that the main people that was proponents in the atrocities is the main ones that is trying to revoke the bill.
Mm-hmm.
So America, Israel, and Argentina, I believe, said they don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, we're not going with the program that y'all.
So like you gotta really look at that, because that's literally what we talking about today. You gotta really look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying this. That's like saying, I'm gonna come in your house and I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna kidnap you. This is a home invasion. I'm gonna kidnap you. Came in your house. I'm about to take over, do what I want. Now you about to you know what I'm saying? Give me everything you got, right? And then your children is now about to give me everything you got. That go on for generations, and then all of a sudden somebody said, "Man, you really did them bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you did was wrong, right?" It's like, and everybody else is like, "Hey, man, you wrong for that. You are wrong for that. You need to set that family free. You need to do them right." And you like, "Nah, I don't agree with that. I don't see nothing wrong with it."
Or you may say, yeah, it was wrong, but it's benefited me.
You say, well, yeah, that was wrong, but that was back then.
Mm-hmm.
That was back then. Now, we don't feel that way anymore. Everything it's a new day and age. So yeah, that was back then. It wasn't necessarily me. It was my family, but it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So that's initially what's going on. Don't want to take accountability for a good point you brought up. Because we'll sit here and look and be like, how in the world can we never catch a break? But now we seeing why in the scriptures, because no man gonna redeem you.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna need a Messiah.
Yeah.
You gonna need a Messiah figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's what you're looking at. And let's real quick, because it lines up with the scripts. Psalms 83. Psalms 83 and 2. And see, this is what they talking about when they talk about crafty counsel. Because did you know about the UN, the United Nations, that mean, like, do you know about them things? You know what I mean? Or do you know about the T.I. and 50 Cent beef? Because these be the distractions.
Yeah.
You know about, just the silly stuff, right? Stuff that don't even matter. This is Psalms 82 and 83 and 2.
83?
Yeah, my fault. 83 verse 2. It says, for lo, it's like, look, thine enemies make a tumult. They making a big commotion. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. When they lift up the head, that's in pride. You walk around, man, what? Somebody say something, you go, like that. They lift up the head. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. What we looking at with the nation? Sit down. See, they have these councils. They have these councils, and it's crafty because somebody's like, hey man, I got an idea. Let's just do right by them, and you know what I'm saying? Acknowledge, at least acknowledge, because for black folks, you go a long way with just symbolism. So they just acknowledge, hey, look, y'all got done worse than anybody. For a lot of black folks, that's enough victory right there, because all they want to do is be able to just be accepted as, hey, look, bad stuff happened to us, that's why we in our condition.
Mm-hmm.
But I say 80% of the black folks, symbolism is everything. I don't agree with that. I think you do need to be bringing something to the table, put something in somebody's hand, but we know that's not going to happen, right? Look what it say here. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So who's the hidden ones? The hidden ones is the ones scattered amongst the world that are going through the curses.
Mm-hmm.
It says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. If they was to acknowledge these things, then we'd be able to pinpoint in the scripture, man, these are the things. So now we could line up, then you're going to be the tail and not the head. You know what I'm saying? It's like too many scriptures are jumping out, proving. Did you see RFK, JFK brother, the one that's still living?
The brother or the son?
Or
Junior?
RFK, the old dude that
with the Parkinson's? Talking, his voice shaky. Yeah, that's Junior.
Okay.
That's Junior.
So he's sitting up there, he said, I hate to say it, the conspiracy theorist was right.
Yeah.
He said, and if you wasn't gay before you took the vaccine,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He said, you might want to really look into that. You know what I mean? So now the conspiracy theorist is coming out as it's not all conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Now we're seeing that. Because see, somebody look at this and say, where's the conspiracies in the Bible? Where are the conspiracy theories? Right here is Psalms 83. Psalms 83 is showing you the conspiracy theorists in the Bible, and that is real. So we already knew it was real. But now, since things is getting exposed, it's coming out, now people are willing to say, I got to step back and look at this for a second, or maybe lend an ear. So that's what I think about that. I think it's supposed to happen. You know,
I think he in charge of trying to ban all these extra chemicals that's being processed in the food too. Yeah, I think that's what he on.
He said Fauci is.
I think he called him the devil.
Yup.
Yeah, I think he called him the devil. Live.
And I know a lot of folks is trying to having the arrest warrant out for him and
for Fauci
and Gates, but I don't. You know, we in the land of where nobody's getting prosecuted on the elite side of things. As we continue with the current events, Iran is dropping this AI videos to America. That's what they doing. And then they said we ain't rapping, we just doing what we do best. And let me show y'all what the video talking about. This one. That one right there. Huh? Man, get out of here. That's
mind. So that's they warning.
That's their warning. I think you see the back and forth that they got going on, right? With Trump and Iran, about either Trump said either you open up the roadway to.
He got 15 demands that he said must be met.
Yeah, he keep changing. Cause first he gave it 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever the case may have been, and then they're like, we ain't scared of you. We're not doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you don't do this, we're gonna shut off your power. We're gonna hit your power plants. We're gonna start with the biggest one. He said, okay, cool. You hit our power plants, we're gonna hit your water supply system. All of them. So they're going back with the tactics, strategies, and whatnot. But you see, ain't nothing happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he hit the water, that's the same water he drank, or shower in, or whatever. My bad. Because I was like, I just locked that door. So we see the back and forth that they doing with one another. So what you got on that one?
Man, it's crazy. I'll tell you offline on that one. That one kind of eerie to me, but really it's I think everybody need to really pay attention. We're in the 11th hour. This is what we've been talking about. I'm not saying that ultimately everything that we just saw in that video is going to happen somewhere at some point in time, right? Ultimately, somebody's nation is going to be destroyed. Ultimately, it's going to be poverty. Ultimately, the world going to feel this thing. Like, it's not a question of even how. It's just a question of, is this about to happen, like, immediately? Or are we in the beginning of something that's about to stretch out? Like, either way, it's going to happen, right? But to say, like, right now, like, this is it. It could be. You know what I'm saying? But it could not be. And then if it's, like, just a stage in this, then what happens is people get comfortable again, just like after COVID. See, after things happen, people get comfortable and they act like they forget and they think stuff ain't going to happen again.
Yeah. Now, I didn't heard this, and I'm going to play a little bit of this last video. This one kind of long. But, currently Cuba is without power right now. I think they've been without power for a couple of weeks or so, maybe even longer.
Is it the hurricane?
I'm not sure what happened over there. But I know I seen something that said that they was out of power, and I know it's flooded over there too.
I know it's flooding in Hawaii.
Yeah, I knew it was over Hawaii, but I don't know the whole story on Cuba, but I know they don't have no power.
I don't know if it's tsunami related, hurricane.
But we already know that they're working towards the one world government, and talks of it is like, if both of these things happen to where America take out their power system, and then they'll come over here and knock out the water system.
Everybody working together to shut it down.
Everybody working to shut it down. And then, with these wars or something crazy happens, in the midst of that chaos, there's going to be something done underneath everything. Like, we already know that a lot of countries is already done with the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're done with that.
Even with this war going on, a lot of countries are not even recognizing the Israelis' passport. So they can't even go nowhere for real. If they didn't make it to where they was trying to go before this war popped off, they damn near stuck where they stuck at. But so let's play a little bit of this last video, then we can hop onto this lesson
Yes, sir.
that you got out.
Yes, sir.
But it's talking about this one world government at the summit that happened. Summit that happened sometime.
Hundreds of gas-guzzling private jets took off this week as billionaires from all over the world jetted off to Davos, Switzerland for the ritzy and glamorous World Economic Forum, a week-long event for the ruling class to talk down to the rest of us. And it's not for everybody. It's an invite-only event. And once you do get in, they divide you by class. You get a white badge with a blue line if you're rich enough. You just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough. They keep the elites together, and they have their own little police state to make sure these people are focused on ruling the world. If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's pretty much running a one-world government here. He kicked off the week by saying the future is theirs, not yours.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the states of the world.
And
All right, we done with that, but we get the gist. If y'all want to see it, just type in One World Government Switzerland 2026, and it'll pull it up. But yeah, he basically saying that, hey, us in this room got the power to do what we want and can control what we want. We got the money, we can do it. So if you ain't like the dude in the intro said, if you got this much money, you get this color badge. Mm-hmm. If you associate it, you get a green thing. You ain't got nothing. You just here.
It's social classes. They're putting everybody in their social class.
Yeah. So
it's the reset. They about to reset everything. If you ain't in the clique, then you're out and you're in poverty. And yeah, we there. Concentration camps, like it's there.
Yeah, it's here too.
Yeah,
it is here. It's in full effect with the FEMA camps. You know what I'm saying? Where they sending all the immigrants, alleged immigrants, when they get deported or whatever the case may be. I just thought of something I should have pulled up. But I don't know where I seen it at. I'm just saying. So ICE is buying all these warehouses. ICE is buying all these warehouses to make their detention cells or whatever. And it's damn. I'm gonna have to find it. But they putting something in there that I guess it's like an incinerator. I think that's what they put.
Getting rid of people.
Yeah, I think if I watched the video right and if I saying the right thing, I think they put incinerators in all their warehouse facilities for whatever purpose that I ain't gonna
for waste removal.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bear false witness because I can't think of it right now. But yeah, I seen that. I think I seen that last night.
Wow.
So. Floor is yours, huh?
Oh man, all praises. Thank you for bringing them out. That was that's some stuff though. But like all right, shalom. Right? It be like this. Like I be hip or I be like paying attention, and then I think like other people do too. But like, look at how much more information you just brought out. Like I'm hip, right? But you like, man, boom, 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 lining it up. Like this is how it stacks up. You know what I mean? It's all stacked up on the bottom. Like you said, you look at the war. So everybody paying attention to the war. or some people pay attention to war, right? Some people don't like real talk, so they might be looking at the sports, Final Four brackets. In the meantime, it's stacking up over here. You know what I'm saying? We pay attention to it, but look at everything you bringing out. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention. Damn, you know all that.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you know, it's just real, bro. But we about to kind of just really keep going where we, like, it's kind of like the everything you just brought up, I'll tie into this. So let me see if I can share this. Share. Let me see if I can share screen.
You go share screen, then you click on
What I need.
yeah.
All right, so it should be this right here. All right, so we're gonna just roll through the little message best we can, the notes and stuff.
Okay. Now you have to make it bigger on your end.
Is it big?
Try to you see that, nephew? Can you see that clear? Or you need to be bigger? Try to. You should be able to do it from your mouse pad. Click on it again and then try.
Super small word.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm on a computer. Let me see.
Can you zoom on yours?
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's kind of, if you're standing far from it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, most of y'all can hear me.
Yep, should be.
All right, so we're just gonna go through it and we just run through it, right? It's self-explanatory. But section 1, right? Foundation and family structure, because we're looking at we're carrying on the issues in the community, in our community, because we looked at a lot of stuff on the outside, right? We looked at a lot of stuff on the outside. We're looking at the war and everything like that. What is our part in this? It said, no man shall redeem you. No man shall buy you. That means no man shall redeem you. No man's going to save you out of this, right? So how do we navigate this? We got to just clean up your own mess at home, man. We don't need to worry about other people. And that go from the individual to us as a nation. Like, we don't need to worry about, like, as an individual, I'm an individual Israelite, Hebrew brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be over here judging this brother right here about what he is doing. Like, you could use righteous judgment, say, hey, brother, like, that's not healthy, right? That's not good. Like, we're just judging the situation, but I don't need to be judging this brother. Oh, he needs to do this better. He needs to do this. Like, I need to mind my business really at this time, and I need to be getting myself together, because, like, it's really like that. It's like, you know, then we sit here and look at, well, white folks do this, or Mexicans, like, we don't need to worry about Mexicans, white folks. Like, you need to worry about you right now. So that's what we're doing here. We're bringing this into accountability mode. It's a section 1, foundation, family structure. You need to get your family in order. It's a core principle. The family is not just a social unit. It is the primary system of stability. 1 Corinthians 11:3. And it gives you the key points, but I'll go there right quick. 1 Corinthians 11:3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is Elohim. All right, so the head of every man is Christ, Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. Okay. It says, and the head of Mashiach is Elohim. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoreth his head, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaven. All right, so it says, for if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and the glory of Elohim, but the woman is the glory of the man. So we put an order in place. We put an order in place. When you sit here and make a decision to have a family, are you down? Are you locked in? Because this ain't no plaything. And when you make vows, and we already talked about vows at one point in time, you make vows and you make swears and oaths, like you might be making that to your own detriment because you ain't even built like that oath. So just think about family for a minute. Are you putting your children before yourself? Are you putting, these things before yourself? Because if you come back selfish, like you are in judgment. You're not a family man. You're not a family woman. It says, this is the teaching point. When this order is intact, leadership is clear. That's all we're saying. When this order is intact, leadership is clear. Accountability is present when it's intact. So don't give me the story about, well, this nigga that I'm with, da 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 da. Like, I don't want to hear that because I'm not talking about the nigga that you with. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a real man. We're talking about real men in real orderly situations that's handling business. You see what I'm saying? And then, let's just keep going. It says children receive structure. That's not happening in your home because your home is out of order. Your home is in disarray. Your children don't receive no structure. So you got a bunch of broken families. What they call them? Blended families are.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of blended families. He came with his litter of children. She came with her litter of children. Then they got together. And then these other things ain't even really resolved with the other relationships, right? So it's already mess coming meeting up together. And then let's say this child came from a structured home, this child didn't. Y'all bring these family together, it's just chaos. Or let's say you came from a structured home, you get with this woman, she ain't come from no structured home. So when you start showing structure, I don't like that. We out of order. It says when it's broken, confusion enters, discipline weakens. See? External systems begin to replace family authority. So this is the core root problem. Is family is messed up. The family is messed up. Hold on 1 second. It's Shabbat Shalom, Hebrew. We're gonna go to First Peter. All right, First Peter 4:17, real quick. I think I can swivel over. Can I swivel over there? All right.
You have to take that down and bring it up.
Share to the next one. Okay, let me do that then real quick.
And then when you get done, just go back.
Okay, good. Let's pull up there. Let's go here. Is it on there? All right.
The little delay.
My share game type right quick.
Like you get it out.
Share. We at the book of
you hit the share down.
I hit the share.
Maybe that's yeah, because it's not even on my screen. Just say share. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
First Peter 4.
There we go.
And this script, I don't think we got this somewhere, but this is what this making me think. 4 and 17, right? Can y'all see that?
No.
It's not sure. It's First Peter 4 and 17. So, you know, and y'all tell me, but do it sound like we should be worrying about other people? Do it sound like we should be focusing inward and dealing with else? Because it says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Elohim. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahuwah or of Elohim? All right, it says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Elohim. So now it's time to really use your righteous judgment on yourself. Now it's time to use our righteous judgment on ourselves. And if it first begins at us, see, we need to worry about ourselves. Stop worrying about other people. What shall the end? Stop worrying about. Look, these black women get so mad when a black man go and get with a white woman. Like, all right, he jumped ship. How you want to look at it? He jumped ship. All right, who? Worry about you. Why he jumped ship? What made him jump ship? Possibly, right? I'm not trying to categorize. I'm just keeping real conversation. We're having is it you? Are we taking accountability? So you didn't do nothing to run this man off, Shorty? Your picture perfect. Your picture.
Did you have to be a psychologist? Did you have to be your banker?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you have your trauma? Did you project your trauma on him?
You know, it's a common phrase now. Are you healed? Because everybody want to ask the question, you know, are you healed? You know, but like you gotta do that's the judge. Hey man, am I messed up? Am I running people off? Am I the best father? Am I best mother? Am I self-reflection? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, wait a minute, these are righteous and they barely making it through. Where's shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So we ain't got no time to be playing with sin. And we ain't got no time to really be looking anywhere outside of instructions from Yahuwah, outside the Torah, and outside of the Bashur, the gospel. We really need to be focused up. It says, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Elohim commit the keeping of their souls. That's something y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all don't know about keeping nothing up except your hair, your nails, your tattoos, your the image. You know, these little young goons, you know, they ready to throw their whole life away just the YNs. They ready to throw their whole life away. They ready to throw their life away for an image. Mm-hmm. They ready to say, you know what I'm saying, nah, I didn't have no business in that at that scene or nothing. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the charge and I'm about to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, for an image. Mm-hmm. And then nowadays, that image ain't even the same no more. Snitching is cool now. And I look at snitching like this. You know what I'm saying? If you come pick me up, hey bro, man, we about to go to the store. Come ride with me. All right, bro. I'll hop in the car and ride with you and go to the store. All right, man. On the way to the store, you jump out, you hit a lick, you hit somebody over the head, rob them. You wanted them shoes that bad. Hey, man, I didn't sign up for this. Mm-hmm. So when them people come,
I'm telling you. I
didn't sign up for it.
I don't care if you call me a snitch. That's the street stuff.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if you say,
let's ride.
It's this dude with these J's over here, man. We better go get that.
We I
bet. Yeah. Now, if we get caught, let's say we split up. I get caught. You don't. Who was you with? I feel personally, this is me. This is the street code. Yeah. This is the real.
Yeah. Now, if you snitching in
that's weak. You knew what you were signing up for, bro. You made the decision take your leg. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, take your leg. But what I'm telling you is I'm not.
You're not telling either way?
I ain't gonna be in that position.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna put yourself in that. Don't put me in that position.
I'm not.
I ain't gonna be in that position.
Yeah, and if I am in that position, I wasn't involved.
We gotta do what the script say.
I'm not involved, bro.
Yeah.
Handle your business. Don't pull me down with you. I'm not involved. Now, if we involved together, that take your lick, bro. You know what I'm saying? We knew what we was going to do.
We were selling pounds.
Come on.
We were selling pounds.
You knew you was. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So just look at yourself and say, hey, look, what am I really into? You know what I'm saying? Because if you into wickedness, man, you deserve that. But if you was, honestly, just not in no BS, then you should be good. Like you said, Hockey, I'm not gonna be in that position, right?
That was a good comeback.
Man, we nowhere near.
It's not happening. Let's see. I need to get back to the sharing.
Yep, hit that plus sign at the bottom. And then as soon as it pull up down here, I'll be able to see it. There we go.
All right, so it says family structure breakdown. All right, now look at this. It's a single parent household race by race. He was in the room one time. It's a single parent household race by race in the U.S. So this is what it shows, right? The group single parent rate right there. Black, 65 to 70%. Right, we're the highest. White, these are single parents, 25 to 30%. Hispanic, 40 to 45%. It says, key takeaway, Black households are more than 2 times as likely to be single parent compared to white households.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, before we even get to the money, we're already dealing with structural instability. Before we even get to the money, we're already dealing with structure instability.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't talking about money and finances yet, but just it's other things that go into raising a family. Money is a big part of what you got to get into, but we're already seeing it's division.
Mm-hmm.
So how you gonna build in a separated house? It's a section 2, debt, modern bondage. Debt is not neutral. It creates control, limitations, and dependency.
Ooh.
Proverbs 22:7, the borrower is servant to the lender. How much debt are we in? How much debt are we in? Debt types by race. Debt types by race, U.S. adults. Credit card debt, Black 57% compared to whites at 45%. Student loan debt, it's still, we always gonna be higher. We the tail, it says student loan debt 30 to 35, whites 20, payday high risk 12% to 5%. So we just trend high in the worst categories.
Mm-hmm.
It says how each category shows the type of debt. Percentages represent people carrying that type of debt. Comparison shows relative burden between groups.
Did that say 70% for what? Or 20%?
20% for student loan, 30 to 35 for
we higher when we go to school less.
You probably need it more.
Oh, because they got their trust fund.
Mm-hmm. It says wealth versus debt is critical. Median wealth versus debt burden. Black median wealth 44,900. White median, so this is the average, right? The average wealth amongst Blacks and whites as a group, and their average is $285,000 compared to our 44, basically 45,000. So that's the average debt. It says interpretation, wealth cushion. wealth equal cushion, debt equal pressure. So who got more cushion? We don't got hardly no cushion. Black household, more debt, less cushion. Key takeaway, it's not just that debt exists, it's that there's nothing to absorb it.
Mm-hmm. We ain't got no pillows. We ain't got the.
You ain't got no pillows, man. You ain't got no snugglies to stay warm. You just weather the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Just, man, if it's bright outside of there, man, Most High, thank you for the sunshine. If it's cold tonight, man, Most High, thank you for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a section 3, the system legal pipeline. So we're hitting different. You see how we gotta look at it? Because see, somebody come up to you and be like, well, that happened so long ago. They're trying to erase slavery out of the school system. It wasn't me. Yeah, it wasn't me. They're trying to make it like, oh, well, it wasn't slavery. It was indentured servitude. Like, no. So now we just looking at all of these statistics, all of this thing. How do it affect us in real time? It's a core principle. Debt doesn't stay financial. It becomes legal enforcement. Legal system debt impact. Debt collection and legal judgments by community. Debt and collections, 42% of Black majority, Black areas, white areas, 26%. So this is debt collection. Judgment likelihood, 39% higher than white. Garnishment likelihood, 20% higher than the whites.
Man, the first time I met garnishment,
What's that?
I said the first time I met garnishment, I said it was on my check. I said, who was garnishment? I didn't know who it was. I said, I called some man white. I said, who is garnishment? Why they taking out $200-something? I said, we didn't agree to this. They said, oh, it was a court order. I said, court order? They said, yeah, we don't know what it's for. Well, they said court order. I said, man, I don't like no garnishment, boy.
You don't like garnishment. Yeah,
Boy, every week.
Who is garnishment?
I said,
garnishment?
I thought, man,
Who did hijack my?
got me good.
The child support.
No, that wasn't it. Breaking all the leases back in them 20s.
Oh, wow.
Never showed up to court. Yeah, garnishment came with it.
It's a how to read this chart. Shows how often people are taken to court, given judgments. Let's look at it. Given judgments, forced to pay through legal action. So the higher numbers, the higher likely you're gonna be taken to court, given judgment, forced to pay through legal action.
Mm-hmm.
That is more likely to be enforced legally in Black communities. Teaching line. At this point, it's no longer optional, it's enforced. It says this is the visual breakdown of the pipeline system flow. So visual breakdown, financial strain, debt acquisition, mispayments, collections, lawsuits. Then here come the judgments, wage garnishment, continued debt, generalization, impact. So I guess that, it's on everybody as a continual loop. This is key insight. This is not random. It's a cycle. This is a cycle. Teaching line. What starts as pressure turns into enforcement and ends in inheritance. So somebody's inheriting something. You're giving all your money to the government, to another social class, to another group of people to build their community better. And we're getting stripped away more and more, forcibly getting our back put to the wall more and more. And then our children inherit more debt. It says root cause, core idea. This is not just economics, it's misalignment. Factors, family structure breakdown, financial literacy, cultural normalization of debt. See, this stuff is not normal. It's not normal for us to be this broke. I think they say for a normal person for you just to basically be broke in America, you need like 10 bands. And like the average Black household don't got that. The average Black household don't got enough money to be broke in America. to even be considered broke.
You just here.
Functional.
Man, you just exist.
You're right. You just dating.
It's a my people. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know, but once we know better, we can do better. You can show better, right? So we getting the knowledge. We need to, you know, get some understanding and some wisdom, and we need to get this knowledge in. It says the solution. Here go the solution. Restoration, alignment, steps. Rebuild the family structure. Eliminate unnecessary debt. Practice discipline. Support community economics.
Mm-hmm.
It says follow Torah-based principles. I mean, you say, yeah, right, but that's what gotta happen. So it might, I feel you though, not believing it can happen on a mass scale. So stop thinking mass scale. Stop thinking it's gonna be a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking that Shabbat gotta be super fat and super gallon. Stop thinking that the feast gotta be super. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Because it's not gonna happen. I mean, it might be a lot of people there, but most people ain't genuine. Most people ain't true. That's in the mix. Like people are only around because they see the benefits. We got to scale back. You know what I'm saying? It's really time to scale back because you got too many people. It was only 12 around, and Judas was in the mix. We got 1,200 around. We try to bring the biggest, most Hebrews with us, most. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not to say that corporate isn't needed, but what we're looking at is the structure is broke down at each fabric, each string that holds this thing together to call this a thread of yarn. It's a bunch of unraveled threads. So you know what I gotta do before I can yarn this back together? I gotta fix these little threads.
Okay, let's stop. Let's go to a park. Let's not go to another event center. Let's take this money that we're doing. Let's buy some land with this, and then we'll move accordingly next feast day.
Let's if you got a business, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I gotta move. You got a moving company. Why would I call two guys in a truck?
When I call you.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to undercut you. See, we want to call the person that we're gonna get. You'll have a better price, but you're not as established as two guys in a truck, right? But you got a better price.
Shoot, with all them kids, you established.
Boy.
They gonna say I got the movers too.
But don't undercut him because he a brother. And so I go over here. The wife was like, I know they gonna get it done better. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he can get it done just as good, but you gotta pay him what he asks. And like,
but I'll ask you for a discount.
Yeah, see, ain't no discounts coming. And you shouldn't even want to give him no discount. I should want to
be willing to pay.
See, y'all think y'all are Christianed out and think that y'all are, Hebrewed out and think that y'all are so righteous. But who was it tried to get the land of they tried to get the land of David? Was it Absalom? And he said, nah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah.
Can you find that? I'm gonna keep going, but if somebody can find that, because that's a Hebraic mentality. We didn't have a mentality of handouts and get. We're like, nah, man, I'm doing this for Yahuwah. I'm doing it. We stand on man business. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't a whole lot of checking in and emotional censorship. It's not a whole lot of emotional censorship as manhood. Keep it 100. First of all, it's manhood. Second of all, in Hebraic, like manhood thought and culture. Censor how I'm feeling. See, y'all got the game twisted. Let's just keep it real. Back in the day, you pull up on your son or a good friend that you say, man, they said them dudes pull up and they kiss each other. But now they're gonna say, pause. Like, stop being stupid. Like, y'all niggas is dumb.
2 Samuel.
Let's go to 2 Samuel. But like, I gotta address this. Y'all are so stupid and emotionally unavailable that you think everything a joke and like it's not time to play though. Like now it's not time to play. Now we at war, and now you see the mentality of who's surrounding you are. Because when you go to the gas station, them blinkies sticking out, them is dumb 99% of the time. It's a dumb, ignorant killing mechanism on his head. Driving a big killing tool, jumping out with too much money that he got that he could convince somebody to do something stupid with. Like, this is what we battling. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, don't think it's going to be a whole group of enlightened individuals around it. And then, you know, one of them done. They'll get a little whiff and some information. Oh, I'm a Hebrew. Oh, okay. And now they in the mix, and you just a gangster in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
You see what
a lot of that going on.
Same thing with the shorty just probably got off a pole. And the pole ain't out of her yet. Or just got off of OnlyFans. The OnlyFans ain't off of her yet.
They owned it just died too.
I
heard what's his name? What's the nigga with Tesla?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, I heard he trying to buy it to shut it down.
Man, but like, you know, you just can't think that it's gonna be a whole but scale back. You know, hey, look, where I'm at. What do I need to do so I don't end up like that, or so I don't have to have it around? I got to scale back. It says Romans 13:8. Oh, no man anything. Let's get that 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel
24, 18.
Then it say, and God came, the tribe of God. God came that day to. Oh no, this is the brother, not God, but Gad. Just to clarify that. And God came that day to David and said unto him, "Go up, rear an altar unto Yahuwah in the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite." And David, according to the saying of God, went up as Yahuwah commanded, and Araunah looked and saw the king and his servant coming on toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself before the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah said, "Wherefore is my lord or my master, the king, come to his servant?" And David said, "To buy the threshing floor of thee, to build an altar unto Yahuwah, that the plague may be stayed from the people." And Araunah said unto David, "Let my master the king take and offer up what seemeth good to him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifices, and threshing instruments, and other instruments of oxen for wood." All these things did Araunah as the king give unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, "Yahuwah thy Elohim accept thee." And the king said to Araunah, "Nay." So he said, "Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that. But I will surely buy it of thee at a price." He said, "Man, I'll give you the hookup, man. You can do all your offers, man. I'm just here, man. Just give it up to Yahuwah." He said, "Nah, I'm gonna buy it from you." He said, "Neither will I offer burnt offering unto Yahuwah my Elohim of that which doeth cost me nothing." So David brought the threshing floor and the oxen and the 50 shekels of silver, and Daud built there an altar unto Yahuwah and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So Yahuwah was entreated for the land, and the plague was Israel. So, you know, Araunah gave David the whole hookup. Nah, bro, you ain't gotta come out the pocket. Look, man, you got the threshing floor. You can use that, man. I got a couple cattle, extra cattle. So it's nothing. Ain't nobody really taking no loss, and we still getting our sacrifices up. David said, "Nah, I gotta make a sacrifice. Hey, it's gonna be a little sacrifice, but it's for Yahuwah. And ain't nobody gonna be able to say they gave me nothing." You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some integrity. David was operating in integrity. Abraham was walking in integrity. Where your integrity at? Like, where your integrity at? Like, these cats will go out here and hit licks with you, and then back on their own partner. They just, like, it's wild.
Man, I seen a video of a 13, 14-year-old boy killed his best friend. I think they robbed somebody, whatever, but Been best friends since elementary school.
Yeah.
But you know, scripts say ain't no honor amongst thieves. So, hey, he didn't want to share.
What they installed?
Whatever he installed, he didn't want to share. Took his friend out, and then next thing you know, Jake's knocking at his door. So now you done got two families that lost somebody because overseeing and over.
And so now, you know, these situations like that, when I'm hearing them, like, how did them boys end up getting in the point where they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we at, though. This is reality. 2 for 1, so I call it. One person go to jail, the other person go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they banking on. That's their system.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, here we go in Deuteronomy 23:19. It says, no usury among brethren. We can pull that up so they can understand. Deuteronomy 23:19. Deuteronomy 23. And because what happens too is we don't follow the scriptures. So like we're talking about social economics or what they call it, group economics. So this is how it should work in Yasharah. It says, thou shalt not lend upon usury. That means interest.
Yeah. Don't charge no interest to your brother.
To thy brother. To your brother. Who's our brothers? Those who do the will of Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
Those who do the will of Yahuwah. Now, in the flesh, who is he talking about? Your brother should be the Black American man. But this is what I'm saying. We have to start really dialing back and saying, okay, yes, this man got the same complexion as me, yes, but they don't have the same mentality. So are you really Yasharah? Because all Israel ain't Israel. Y'all want to act like y'all don't hear that part. Still, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't invited to the feast. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to have a real talk. Like, your cousin might not need to come to the feast because they ain't even on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, it come with discernment. Like, but if you was open to the Ruach, you would have the discernment. So something ain't going on right because there's too many people who it's a snake around or something like that. So who was the discernment that brought this snake in? Why is this snake still in people's ears? And why is this snake all the way over there and I'm all the way over here and it's still some hissing?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't want to come to each other and talk about it.
But that's not script. So whoever didn't do that, they didn't follow the scripture. You see what I'm saying? They need to put that back on them. I'm putting stuff back on them. I'm putting stuff on me that needs to be on me so I can address that. And I can say, dang, okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sit there and say everything. You can fool yourself and say, I feel fine. But you know that lump wasn't there. You know what I mean? You better go get that checked out. It might be life-threatening. It might be detrimental. So, like, you know, you can act like we pretend like we don't see these things, but Yahuwah, you got to uncover that stuff. It's thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, right? So it could say, like, hey, man, like, you ain't got to pay me back that amount, but sure, I'm going to need that chain off you, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Usury of anything that is linked upon usury. Gotta read number 20 though. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury.
Yeah.
Yeah. But unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury. That Yahuwah thy Elohim may bless thee in all that thou seest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. This principle too, because the people that's claiming this is them in the scriptures, they use this principle heavy. See, they do that. They're actually doing what we ought to be doing to fix ourselves, right? The only problem is they're not the real people.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't gonna work out for them the same way. It's working out for them
right
in a temporary way because that's the laws of the spiritual, right? If you do it, it gotta happen in the spiritual. If you do the blessings of Deuteronomy 28, the blessings gotta happen to you. If you do them curses, man, that gotta happen. So they doing the blessings, they just are hypocritical in the synagogue of Satan. So it's gonna ultimately, because you're stealing.
Mm-hmm.
You're stealing because you're stolen identity. If you would keep it real on who you are, you will actually really then be the children. They can, that might be a little.
Say it, Doc. They got
All
what
right,
else to say.
All right, look, y'all, this race baiting, you know what I'm saying? Let's go there then. Exodus 12. Because and this is important, not because what's about to happen ain't got to be about race necessarily. It's a social class engineering happening. Yeah, a lot of our race is gonna be at the bottom because of we're already at the bottom of social class, but it's gonna be some black elites, right? It's gonna be some because we already got black billionaires, black men, so it's gonna be some. But I'm talking about even the people at the top, they about to drop. The majorities is about to drop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of privileged white folks ain't gonna be privileged as they was at one point in time, but it's still gonna be majority white folks privileged. You see what I'm saying? But everybody about to take a hit. It's about to go down. It's going down.
There you go. You'll own nothing and be happy. You'll own nothing and be happy.
You'll
That's what
own.
the reset is.
This is the reset, and drill it in their head. This is the reset.
The reset.
Global. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the book of Exodus. And we ain't too much longer, but I do wanna get through some Exodus 12 and 49. Let's jump up about 48. Let's just go up to 43.
You want to pull it up on screen?
Yeah. Let's just pull it up, man. All right, so I'm about to share again. Then I'll share it. All right, man, because y'all tell me, right, I'm open. But in real life, man, all I hear is Hebrews running around talking about Esau, white folk this, white folk that. But the scripture we just read, 1 Peter, right, said that judgment began at the house of Elohim. Like it began in the house of Israel. Like I ain't got time to worry about Esau. Like Esau doing what they gonna do, like the war, all that. Like that's happening. So the Most High holding up his end of the bargain. It's going down. The Most High is. I told you I was going. It's happening. Right? Rumors of war.
Ain't no rumor no more.
Rumor no more, but it'll probably be some more to come. But it say this at 43. It say, oh wait a minute, let me I'm gonna share it. Oh, here we go. It says, and Yahuwah said unto Moses and Aharon and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. Because see, I told them earlier, like everybody shouldn't be coming to the feast. Everybody shouldn't be coming to the feast. Should no stranger be coming to the feast. Right? We're just reading the word. I'm just reading what the Bible says. It says this. Are you a stranger? Then you're not invited to the feast. It says, and Yahuwah said unto Moses and Aharon, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. No stranger should eat of the Passover meal with you. Am I tweaking? It says,
It's a lie. Bible told
it says verse 44, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. Pause right there. Pause right there because so someone can say, well, there were strangers that were amongst Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because you could say, like, me and Aki, if we didn't know each other, he could be a stranger to me, but not stranger to the nation because we are of the same nation. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's not what it's talking about here, because if we was of the same nation, we would have been circumcised on the 8th day. If this was talking about a situation like that, right? When did the Hebrews get circumcised?
On the 8th day.
On the 8th day. So right here it says, every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. Are we talking about an Israelite? It says, but every man's servant, because you know an Israelite can buy another Israelite as a servant, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, but every man's servant that is bought for money, it just means like he's your employee, basically. It says, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. So if you got an uncircumcised servant, and then he gets circumcised, he can eat the Passover. But like if you got a grown man working for you and he's not circumcised yet, if Hebrews get circumcised on the 8th day, is this a Hebrew?
No.
It says a foreigner, and in the context of this understanding, we're talking to Hebrews who have already been circumcised on the 8th day, right? Am I tripping?
Understood.
It says a foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. So there was foreigners and there was hired servants that should not participate in this. They was around, or we won't be talking about this. Or they are going to be around later, and we have to establish this pipeline down the line. It says, in one house shall it be eaten, thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Yasharah shall keep it. Now this is the first Passover too, huh? So this is the very first Passover, Pesach. So now how's you gonna tell me that all of these people is Israelites when we're talking about the first Passover and we're talking about strangers in the mix? If this is the first one, it should be all Israelites. This is setting a pattern for future goings.
What people would say is evolution.
No, this has to make sense before we move forward.
No.
This is the first Passover. We're reading the history of Passover. Let's jump back up to verse 43. It says, and Yahuwah said unto Moses, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
If it was like that in the beginning, that would have changed.
Verse 47, all the congregation of Israel shall keep it. No stranger, all the congregation of Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it said, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover. This is at verse 48. Let all his males be circumcised. So wait a minute, we already had a stranger that was sojourning with us. We're already Israelites. We're already circumcised. And it says, and when the stranger shall sojourn with you and will keep the Passover, because earlier you just said he couldn't keep the Passover. Now you're saying when he does, so now what's the conditions for that? It says, let all his males be circumcised. Oh, that. Now that they got circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. Now that this stranger who is not Yahshua, I'm just reading the Bible, y'all. Y'all can get mad. Y'all can try to flip all kind of words, scriptures around. Y'all can come at me, talk about whatever. We in the book. I really hope you look at the book too before you say something to me. Because see, we at the point now where the teachers that y'all's putting out about to start condemning y'all souls. Y'all are teaching wrong doctrine, and y'all about to have y'all souls on a chopping block for it. Like, it's not even like, oh, man, hey, look, let's clean this up, make that. Y'all are purposely leading folks astray. Like, that's what it is. So it says, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. And one law shall be to him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that's among you. It says this in 50. Thus did all the children of Yasharah as Yahuwah commanded Moses and Aaron, and they did. And it came to pass the selfsame day that Yahuwah did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. At 38, it told us at 38 it told us, and a mixed multitude went up also with them. Hold on. The children, at verse 37, and the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, and about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children. So that's them. And a mixed multitude went also up with them. And see, this is going to happen too. They're going to see us getting together, and they're going to be turning and saying, hey, man, we ain't it's already some folks that's like, hey, man, we know y'all the people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We see them, you know, white folks pull up at the feast, man, shalom, you know, whatever. I don't be doing them people no wrong.
Mhm.
Hey, man, you got here somehow. You got your shofar somehow. You know what's going on somehow. You feel me? We all in the same place somehow. So that ain't my mission to go and crush them because you found something out. Hope you get it right. You feel me? My mission is get it right. Let's jump back over here right quick and get through it. Real talk though, man. Man,
Yes,
it's wild out here. Let me see, let me pull this up. I think I'm learning it as we go. I think it's so you gotta have it.
Yep, hit the plus at the bottom.
Yeah, it's like I gotta have that app open before I hit the plus, cause
Okay. Now, once you do that, I can do that,
okay.
and then bam.
All right, man. So you know, I think that was a lot right there. But so this portion we're closing, and then I'm gonna go through this this last part. It says we're not just looking at statistics, we are looking at a pattern of broken structure, a pattern of financial pressure, a pattern of enforced cycles. But if there is a pattern of destruction, there's a pattern of restoration. And it starts with order. All right, we ain't worry about that. Okay, let's look at this. There's a book called The Half Has Never Been Told by Edward E. Baptist. Is a white dude. He basically got a lot of information together, and then he compiled all these testimonies from enslaved people from back like 1800s, early 1900s and stuff. He's getting all this information, all these testimonies. So he sits down and gets you know, the statistics, and he gets these testimonies from people, and they breaking it down, basically what they went through in slavery. But he got the numbers. So it says key contribution highlighted. Number 1, cotton, foundation of textile industry. By the early mid-1800s, enslaved labor produced 90% of the world's cotton supply. 90%. We was making all the cotton in the world. This cotton fed northern U.S. textile mouth. This is the contribution that your forefathers made to the world and to this nation. So this is the part that black folks need to worry about. This is your contribution, and this is what they're trying to tell you. Forget about. Oh, that happened long ago, right? But see, this money that they generated in from it, this is still generating. This is how wealth works. Way back then, your people made a whole bunch of wealth for these nations, and they still benefiting and going to war off of it today.
Mm-hmm.
They're using your cotton money to fund these wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this cotton fed northern U.S. textile mills, British industrial factories. This is how they got set up. Massive economic impact. Cotton was the #1 export of United States, worth more than all other exports combined at times. It says Baptist shows that U.S. economic growth directly tied to slavery production cotton. So the cotton production grew the country. Explosive productivity. Enslaved workers dramatically increased cotton output. They already had cotton going, but once they put the niggas in the field, oh, it's blowing. Not because of better tools, but because of intensified forced labor system. Baptists describe systems like pushing system, quotas enforced by violence. So man, that's a light basket today, there, boy. Go ahead and come over and take these lashings now, there, boy. Go ahead and get this piss and this doodle in your mouth now and put that thing around that 72 hours, there, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's what we just looked at.
Yes, sir.
It says integration with capitalism. The book argues slavery was not separate from capitalism, it was central to it. Cotton linked southern plantations, northern banks and shipping, international textile markets. Big takeaways: the textile industry in the United States and even globally was built on the labor of enslaved Africans. It says not just influenced by it, depended on it. Teaching line. It says the same people who were denied wages were powering the wealth of a nation. How this connects to the lesson, if it's directly into your structure, family breakdown, slavery disrupted households. All right, so slavery literally disrupted households. It says economic disparity, labor without compensation, you working for free.
Mm-hmm.
You a prisoner building up somebody else's house, and you ain't getting nothing out of it.
Slop.
You getting a goy slop.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wealth gap today. No generalization transfer. It ain't. So it don't even get transferred over. It's just you got your wealth. It's not no cycling of this system pipeline. Early form of enforced labor system. Important context. We don't care about opinions or we don't care about your opinion. All right. And then we jump down here to Deuteronomy 28. It says the core link of what Edward Baptist shows in a half has never been told lines up directly with Deuteronomy 28:48. He shall put a yoke of iron around our neck. How it connects forced labor system, enslaved Africans worked without pay, produced national wealth, had no ownership. This mirrors labor without control, production without benefits, economic extraction. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. Enslaved people produced raw materials like cotton, but had no access to capital or ownership. It says the result, built wealth for others, left with nothing. You built the whole nation, you built the world, you made it exciting, you're in the NBA, you are the NFL, but you can't even make a company that solely is devoted to your people without somebody taking your endorsements. You know what I mean? So like you ain't even free. If you do get some money, you ain't even free to do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these artists, they can't even like do the stuff they want with their money. You can go and get a car, or you can buy a car for the click. But if it was like really putting up some houses that was decent affordable homes, if you was putting some educational programs together, get some scholarships going, they gonna shut that down.
You don't even hear it happen.
Yeah, we can't have that. You don't hear it happening because they won't allow. They won't allow them to rebuild the community. Not with this month. These niggas saying, oh, you want to open up a school?
Terminate contract.
Oh, you want to open a school? This is what we're gonna do.
Who was it? It was what's his name?
Right.
Philly. Meek Mill's telling us like, yeah. He said you get paid more for saying this amount of cuss words, for saying this nigga, this amount in this time. You get more about selling, talking about dope. You get more about talking about hoes and all this. You get more money every time you say this in the song. So when you first, yeah. Even if you go to the Breakfast Club where Charlamagne was talking to a Jewish record label.
Lyor Cohen.
The
tall, skinny dude.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I this is what my business is. He said, so you let your kids listen to your product? I don't know. He said, don't you think that's hypocritical? He said, you want them to do that and put this out there, but you don't want your kids to listen to it? He said, nah. He said, I gotta feed my kids. So, he said
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite without.
Listen to the tribe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So,
Yeah. See, they focus on themselves.
mhm.
They could sell a whole product to you that they don't even believe in because this ain't for us.
Yeah, they
Just
don't
like
they
just
don't
like
let
we,
their kids deal with laptops and computers.
we could walk. So now we start seeing the deeper mysteries behind the scriptures because it's like, so now you can see, hey, how are we all in the store with these different beliefs? I can walk right past the port and that's not food. You see what I'm saying? So like they're selling this to you, this music that's killing all your people. How many of us got loved ones that have been died to, you know, who knows how many people that was playing with?
And doesn't it invoke a certain emotion?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, Bill Gates, he said his kids don't play with laptops. He's selling laptops. He's Mr. Laptop. He's
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Computer.
He ain't doing that now. He Mr. selling poison and food.
Right. Right. The farming.
And jazz.
somewhere.
Yeah. So
Mr.
yeah,
Mr.
man.
selling poison.
Yeah.
So
You need back up.
yeah, we pretty much at the end now. We'll finish it out like this. Generalization impact, Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another family, separated, so broken structurally. Direct tie to the family breakdown section, right? What we're looking at historically matches what was warned scripturally. Direct ideas, quotes from the book, The Half Has Never Been Told. Core argument, basically the expansion of slavery was not backward, it was modern, calculated, and essential to American economic growth. Enslaved labor produced the cotton that fueled the global textile revolution. Output increased dramatically, not due to innovation, but due to violence-driven labor. Slavery was not outside of capitalism. It's was central to it. Key concept he pushes: financial instrument. Enslaved people were treated as financial instruments, units of production, collateral for loans. They weren't just workers; they were the engine. He's giving you as much importance as he can about how your impact on this nation financially was. Slavery industry, modern disparity. Stage 1, slavery era, 1600s to 1865. Look at that. Look how long that is. Enslaved African produce, cotton, tobacco.
You hungry out?
Cotton becomes #1 U.S. export. Textile industry booms. It says industrial expansion, 1800s. Northern factories, processed slave, grown cotton, bank shipping, profit from system, entire economy tied to slavery. The entire economy tied to slavery. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
It says stage 3, freedom without resources. 1865, no land, no wealth, no compensation, sharecropping, debt, peonage. I don't know what that is.
Yep, sound close enough.
System continues in the 90s. Now we time traveling up to present day. Redlining, job discrimination, unequal education, wealth gap grows. Modern day, today, higher debt, lower wealth, family instability, same pattern, different form. Full timeline statement, from forced labor to industrial wealth to denied inheritance to modern disparity. Final teaching for this section: the wealth didn't disappear, it transferred. All right, after your family structures before you. All right, I think we good, y'all. So all praises to the Most High, man.
Yes,
Hopefully, and as we just wrap it up, hopefully it makes sense like this. You see the issues, you heard all the issues, right? We got all the facts, we got all the numbers. We at the bottom of the barrel. That's why in Deuteronomy 28, it said, you're going to be the tail and never the head. You're not going to be the head, right? You're at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So we the facts are showing that. So Do I continue to worry about who Esau, the white man? Like, okay, now that we know that, now that we know he's blowing everybody up, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna? Because you're not gonna take up arms and go to war, right? You're not gonna like so. So how are you gonna go to war? You gotta go to war at home. We gotta go to war at home. We gotta fix this thing. And how do we do that? What the law says.
Mm-hmm. Keep
Keep it Torah.
Yep.
Keep it Torah. So now y'all see why we have to go all the way or just get back to Torah. Because the Torah is the instructions. That's your teacher. It's going to keep you in this. Like, see, now it's your faith thing. Because you already got the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You already got the blueprint. Like, if you're placed a bet on a parlay, you like, shoot, I mean, you got to go through with it. You got to trust that parlay going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pull out or whatever at the last minute, and then you're going to find out, and that's what's going to happen. It's a lot of people that's riding with Yahuwah right now, and then when it's going to get tight at the end, they're going to pull out. Just like y'all pulling out of these families, pulling out of their relationships, pulling out of everything going on.
Take that mark.
Take that mark. And then, but then in judgment, in judgment, I'm going to sit back. Made the wrong decision. So all praise the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? We say Todah Rabbah for tapping in, man. Todah Rabbah. Y'all have an excellent rest of y'all Shabbat. You want to tell them out?
No, sir. You done set it out, bro.
Well, all praise as we approach this Pesach, man. Y'all be safe this week. Keep Yahuwah and the commandments on your mind. Until we see y'all next time, man. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Try worldwide, baby.